child, I have always wanted to follow in the footsteps of my parents. Both of my parents are teachers, and I couldn't imagine doing anything but becoming a teacher as well. However, my junior year of high school, I took a healthcare science class, and I fell in love with nursing. The reason I wanted to become a nurse was not because I was just interested in the career itself, but also because I would be able to use the gifts and talents that God gave me to honor and glorify Him through that career as well. Today I have pursued that dream, and I am now a sophomore student in the Liberty University nursing program. Nursing is a very hard, rigorous, and time-consuming career to pursue, but it is also rewarding in the fact that you get to see how you use your talents and abilities to honor and glorify God each day, and you also get to see God moving in those patients as well. Now today I'll be discussing the main aspects of nursing. I will discuss how or what a nurse does on a day-to-day basis, nursing education, their hire rate, and also the salary. Also, I will discuss the spiritual aspects, such as how God values our love for others and compassion for others as well. Now, what exactly does it mean to be a nurse? As a nurse, your primary responsibility is to the patient. You have them, they always come before you. And on a day-to-day basis, you'll walk into the patient's room and you'll begin assessing that patient. That means you'll look for any abnormalities, and if you do find abnormalities, you will then devise a care plan specifically for that patient to return them to their normal healthy state. Also, you administer medications and run diagnostic tests. Now, knowing all of that, you can see that nursing requires a lot of knowledge. So you want to find a school that is one of the top in the United States. Some of these top universities include Liberty University, Georgetown, Gonzaga, Chamberlain, Kaplan, Capella, Walden, and the University of Phoenix. Now, once you find a university that fits you, you want to then apply to the nursing program. And if in fact you do get accepted, you're on your way to becoming a registered nurse. Once you graduate with either your associate's, bachelor's, or master's degree, you will then want to take the National Licensing Examination, also called the NCLEX exam. If you do in fact pass that exam, you are now officially a registered nurse. After you've passed the NCLEX exam, you'll want to begin looking for a job. RNs are the largest healthcare occupation. There are around 2.6 million jobs that RNs already are occupying. According to the data from the American Association of Colleges of Nurses, graduates of the BSN or MSN level receive a job at the time of graduation or sometime after graduation. They're more likely than any other major. Also, there's a 65% that new nursing students will receive a job at the time of graduation. Lastly, the salary for a new nursing student is around $62,000 a year. But also you can earn as little as $43,000 or up to $92,000 a year depending on your job description. Now that I've discussed the nursing aspects, the general nursing aspects, I will discuss the spiritual aspects as well. Now, how can I show that God values our love for others through nursing? 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, "So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do everything for the glory of God." Therefore, no matter what career you decide to choose, you can glorify God based on your talents that you use in that career. Now, as nurses, we're showing God's love by being the hands and feet of Christ and by putting those patients before ourselves. James Blessman decided that he would provide a free medical clinic and also use that opportunity to share the gospel with those patients. Not only does James show faith to follow God, but also God valued his love for others by working through James in that clinic itself. Ephesians 4:2-3 says, "Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit with the bond of peace." Now this describes nursing because as a nurse you want to be humble, you have to put others before yourself. You have to be patient with the patients that drive you up the wall. You have to be also loving because those patients need you when their friends and family aren't there. Now, how can I show God values our compassion for others through nursing as well? Compassion is a feeling of deep sympathy and sorrow for another who is stricken by misfortune, accompanied by a strong desire to alleviate suffering. Now, that is considered a verb because compassion is not just something that you feel, but it's something that you actually do. And Jeanne Chamberlain did exactly that. She stood up for the women that could not stand up for themselves in Africa. Those women are not allowed to have control over bodies themselves. And Matthew 25:40 says, "And the king will answer them, Today I say to you, as you did it unto the least of these my brothers, you did it unto me." And as nurses, when we are handling patients, we are doing exactly that. What we do unto these patients, we do unto Christ as well. Now, being a nurse can not only be tiring, but also in the process you will be rewarded by seeing patients return to their healthy status. And you're able to see how through nursing you can be the hands and feet of Christ. Now, in conclusion, I would like to remind you that as a young child, I wanted to become a teacher. But little did I know God had a plan for my life, and it was to become a nurse. Even as a student at Liberty University, I have seen how God can use nursing and how He loves those patients and He has their best in interest as well as I do. The end.
What about